Hello, welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. My eyes are barely open this morning. We've got a little bit of overcast going on right now, but unfortunately that's going to leave us. It's nice, the temperature's good, no wind currently, but that's all going to change because I live in Utah. So, hey, let's see what we got going on the channel today, shall we? Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning again. I wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean, holy cow. I always had a schmear. A schmear.
He's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that? For a shout out today, there's a channel, I don't think I've mentioned them before, but it's called the Scalar Garage. And be careful if you go to this channel and check it out, because there's some very inspiring works that this guy has. You're gonna like it, you car guys. You're definitely gonna like this channel. He's got some builds in there that are different than what a lot of other guys do, and I thoroughly enjoy watching his stuff. So check him out, the Scalar Garage. The Boot Hill Express. So the build has actually been fun. Putting together the video for it, not quite so much, and here's why. So in part one, what I would do is I would shoot, I'd shoot the different processes, but sometimes the camera automatically kicks on, and unbeknownst to me, it's filming. So when I hit the button to turn it on, or when I think I'm turning it on, I'm actually turning it off. And so the part I want to show you guys, I don't get. But then it kicks back on automatically after a few seconds of me being off, and it gets me doing whatever behind the scenes. It's a good thing. It's a good thing it hasn't caught anything bad yet. What comes to mind is, if you guys remember the movie The Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen, and there's a part in that movie where they're making an announcement that the Queen is coming, and so he's all mic'd up, and he's talking about what they're going to do to, for security. Well, he gets up to use the bathroom, and the mic is still hot. It's just a hilarious moment, but unfortunately, the reality of life is, for me, that kind of stuff could really happen. So, when I put the video together, when I put most videos together, I see which segments I have. I edit them together, and I'll be honest with you, I usually don't sit back and watch the entirety of the show, especially the longer ones, the builds that are 15 to 30 minutes. I just kind of assume that once I edit them and I have everything in place, that everything's cool. So part one, there was a couple of key pieces that got missed, and so that's why I reloaded part one and I put that out right before I put out part two. So the original part one is gone. The part one that's there now has the addition of me painting the frame that blue color. So if you get a chance and haven't seen that part, go rewatch number one, just so it makes a little more sense. When you get to number two and number three, go, hey, where did this blue chassis come from? Anyway, part two mostly focused on getting the curtains painted. It's curtains for you, Louie. The curtains and the wood grain. And I know I took a lot of time explaining and doing those, but I wanted you guys to see the technique I was using, because honestly, you just go in there with whatever color paint and paint it, and it looks like it's a painted piece of plastic. I wanted it to look better. I wanted it to look more defined. And I was taking some of the techniques from what I've been doing with my Warhammer figures to and some of the paints to, you know, make those things happen. So I hope you got something out of part 1 and part 2. This week coming up on the channel, we will have part 3, and I still don't know if it's going to be completely done or not, because it's still not completely done. as of right now, I still don't have it completely finished. So we'll see if I can get it done today. I don't know. We'll see what comes up. But anyway, this build, it's fun. I want to say I'm taking my time, which I am. I'm not trying to rush through it, and maybe that's why this is a little bit longer, these videos of the build. But it's definitely been a fun, for an older kit that, you know, doesn't fit real well and is a little hokey anyway. It's been a fun build for me. So look for part 3 coming up tomorrow. On the Kit Hoarder Stash, we looked at one of those $8 kits that I picked up out of the collection from a hobby shop that I never knew existed up north of here. It's an RC hobby shop, and it's a really good one called Adrenaline Hobbies. But I don't know the entire story. It sounded like one of the guys that worked there, his brother or something, had either passed or was getting out of the hobby, and anyway had all these mostly diesel kits and truck and trailers. And there was some nice stuff, including some resin pieces, like some resin cabs for some 24 scale trucks. Pretty neat. But he had a bunch of cars. There was a couple more there. Like there was I want to say a 67 or 68, I can't remember the year, but it was a Camaro SS convertible. I didn't pick up, and I may go back and see if he still got it. There was also a Mustang 2 kit, but I already have one of those nightmares that I need to do something with one of these days. But he had a couple others of, you know, those that were pretty neat. But that Dick Landy car, so the box was just shot, but everything was in the bag. Everything was good. The decals, I'm pretty sure I can still use them. And if not, if I decide to use that, I'm sure I can paint the stripes without a problem. But anyway, after looking at it, I really like the figure, and I really like the fact that it's got that big block in it. It's going to be fun. So I may just go ahead and do the Landy car. I haven't made that determination because I'm not ready to build it yet. But anyway, so there was that review that we did. There'll be another one coming up in another week. I picked up the Sox and Martin GTX, and I'm a little disappointed, and I'll tell you about that when I get to it. But it's in the plastic wrap. Everything's good with it. It's just you would expect that you'd have the optional parts, and I don't want to say optional, but a lot of these kits, they show a certain build on the box, and you've got the parts for that, which is great. They're kind of additional. But then the base kit had some other parts, and usually they just include them. And where I have a little bit of heartburn is it's got this, and I hate to say stupid hood scoop. It's a stupid looking hood scoop that came on the like the 68, I think it was the 68 Charger kit. And I don't like it. I've never seen it on a Mopar, and I guess it's correct for the Sox and Martin car. I don't know. But I've never seen it until I saw it on those kits. But it comes with a stock hood, which is nice for a Belvedere, but it does not come with the GTX scoops, which would have been it was with the original kit anyway. Why not just leave them in there? But so they're not there. And so if I want to make it a GTX without being the Sox and Martin car, I'm either going to have to come up with some scoops, or I'm going to have to come up with something else that I do for it. But the whole reason I bought that car is I was going to cut the top off and make it a convertible. No, not the Tommy Boy not the Tommy Boy version, although that would be interesting. But I had wanted to just, make a GTX convertible. Anyway, we'll see what I wind up doing with it, and probably be reviewing that here in a couple of weeks. For the adventures in Warhammer 40K this week, boy, I've been doing a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to get this one project finished to show you guys, and that is they've announced a set that is it's got some Tyranids in it, and it's got some Death Watch in it, and they're Primaris figures. Now, they haven't previously had Death Watch Primaris figures out. The Death Watch kill team that I got, which was really neat, the weapons and shoulder pads and all that other stuff, really neat. But the figures are the Firstborn figures, and to me, they're worthless to me, because I don't do the Firstborn stuff. They're just too damn. I just call them puny ass Marines. You guys know that. They're just too small. So they just aren't proportioned right. So my son was telling me about this that's coming out, and it's got some great terrain with it. And that's why he wants it, is for the terrain. And in looking at the terrain, oh wow. Yeah, it's something I would like as well. But anyway, the kill team, or not kill team, the Death Watch guys that are in there, they're Primaris sculpts. Wow. And apparently it's got enough. It's got 5, did I say 5 figures? I guess it's got 5 figures, but it comes with enough gear to outfit 10 figures. Like, that's really cool. So I got online, I found them, I got to see what they look like, and I went, wait a minute, these aren't new sculpts as far as the figures go. These are other sculpts. I mean, some of them are in Phobos armor, and some of them are just intercessors, basically. They're just intercessors. But it's all the weapons and shoulder pads that are really neat in this set. So I set out last weekend to start building my own Primaris, because I'm not going to order this. My son's going to, but I'm not, because I can just build them myself. So I have some extra Primaris figures in Phobos armor, and I have some extra ones in like intercessors and things like that in Furnace guys. So I just went to work. And I built all 10, very, 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 very similar to the ones that are going to be coming out soon. And that's why I wanted to do this, was because, well, I could do it. The only thing is that I don't have is the backpack, the correct backpack. So I'm going to try and figure something else there. But anyway, I've got them mostly built and mostly painted. And I would like to share those guys with you this upcoming Thursday. So that's what we're going to do on Adventures in 40K. Well, I will let you guys go. Thanks for joining me for morning coffee. I think my eyes are finally starting to open up. And I am going to go work on that Boot Hill Express, see if we can get her wrapped up today. But if not, we'll wind up doing a part 4. But we'll see you tomorrow for part 3 of the Boot Hill Express. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.